to say I never listened. What you said, I missed it. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? You know what? I really was. My intention was to let it slide, but then I thought about it. Oh my gosh, a white butterfly. I have really very rarely seen a white butterfly. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign, but it is what it is. The sky is blue. There's nothing but blue skies, blue skies, blue skies, blue skies. I am not in a situation where I hate where I live. I might not like where I live particularly because I'm bored with the house and just stuff that doesn't change. But at the same time, I have to admit, in my weird way, in a weird kind of dysfunctional way, there is somewhat of a community here. That, number one, I do know as a military brat and being the type of person that I've had to, one thing this town that wants to be a city, this town, and by the way, I don't give a damn how much you change the name. You can change the name till the cows come home. The energy is still the same. What is the point of changing the name when the energy stays the same? You use all this money changing names. You use all this money putting on masks, putting on images. When the energy is still the same, you cut out long time ago the people who could have really helped you. I mean, I gave my, good gosh. Oh my gosh. When I think about on my mom's side, my grandfather was a landowner. On my daddy's side, my grandmother was a landowner. But what happened to the land and who was supposed to take care of it? And how did some of us get cut out of it? What happened? What happened to the ones who wanted it and got it? And what did you do with it? And what are you doing? And why do you always think that the people who are given the lease are supposed to come in and clean up that shit? Well, maybe we were given the best. But as anything, you get into binds, people do. But the funny thing about it is you think that you can trust people who's supposed to be your family. Fayetteville, supposedly, the community is supposed to be a family. But there's no family here. It's supposed to be a family to Fort Bragg, right? They can't stand Fort Bragg. They cannot stand Pope Air Force Base. They blame all their crimes, all their shit on the military. All the everything. It's the military. The military. They come in and they move in and they don't stay and they bring their crime. Why? Because they're soldiers. Why? Because they're a highly educated, trained soldiers. I will be the first to admit there is some fucked up shit at Fort Bragg. I mean, people are people. People are fucked up. Let's keep that real. People are fucked up, especially the ones who don't know how to look at themselves. And they project this image that they're not. And they steal and they steal and they steal from the real ones. I am so sick and tired of this. Again, I find myself where I'm having to cut myself off from some motherfuckers before I start cutting off heads. I'm tapping again. I'm always tapping. And it's not good for me to tap. I want to thank the news people and the real police who literally did try to do something about my husband's murder and finding the killers. But you know, when you give to be like, well, we don't have enough evidence to make it stick. And I see people being held in jail for years and forever with no evidence. What the fuck does that mean? You didn't have enough evidence to make it stick. And on top of that, you have some of these same fucked up leaders that never change. The energy never changes. They just change masks. They just change names, but it's that same machine. It's that same machine. No matter how you dress the market house, it's still a goddamn slave market house. Do you know how many people will swear out they didn't sell slaves? And this will be black people. I've only been up in that bitch about seven times at the most. I mean, it's just and it took me a while. It was only after, I was married that I even went up there with my hubby, because he wanted to see what's the tea. And I'm like, I don't like this place. I don't like it. And you know what? Our final weeks, we were, get the fuck out of my way. I don't give a fuck what you're doing because it ain't got shit to do with me. That's the whole thing. It ain't never got shit to do. People always want to get up in my mix when they ain't got shit to do with me. It's all about you and you doing this and you doing that and we're doing that. You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing other than sucking off of me? What the fuck are you doing other than stealing my story? Stealing my life? Acting like you me, pretending like you me, pretending like we do the same things. Bitch, you ain't never done the same thing as me, ever. You don't have my legacy, not the real shit. Your family ain't my family and you ain't me. Be you. Why can't people be themselves? Why can't people be themselves? There is so much jealousy and so much hate and so much imposter syndrome. I remember when we were the Harlem Renaissance of North Carolina, Murchison Road, the best teachers, best lawyers, best doctors, best everything. Best everything, not best black. Best everything. You look at that and it just seems like it's a little drugged in right now. And that's how Murchison Road is bad. And these people are bad. And that area's bad. Who fucking made it bad? Let's talk about that. Who fucking made it bad? If we want to get into the history, where are my historians at? But you don't want that history. You want the line history. Y'all have sucked the tea. You sucked on the soy and green. You sucked on the tea. You sucked on the line. How is it on a motherfucking snowy weekend? And you know, oh, that's an incoming plane. That's a special arrival. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Good. See you later. The distraction, because I'm hot. I'm in the car. I'm hot because I can't get a fucking signal anywhere because, you know, the phone, everybody knows how none of your phones work, no matter how much, no matter how expensive the phone. And for the record, don't get the goddamn iPhone. That iPhone ain't worth a goddamn. But you know what? Do it. Do what you want to do. I don't give a damn what y'all do. Do it. Find out the trouble for yourself. Hello, Birdie. Find out the trouble for yourself. Get the iPhone. They make it all, and you see all the rich people, right? The rich people got the money to fuck with that. Really, they don't. That's the problem. The rich people don't have that money. That's why you'd be surprised how many people are doing this clout chasing right now. You'd be surprised. Bitch, no. You know goddamn well I'm talking. You know, and that is that shit. It's that shit. Y'all hoes better stay the fuck away from me today. Don't come around me today. My eyes will kill you. I am, ooh. Bitch, I said don't. I swear, some people are such clout chasing hoes. It's like, I don't know what that is, that energy that they feel it. They feel it and they sense it and they want to get all up in it. And it's not about you. Well, someone said it's not about me either. And it may not be, but you know what? When it comes to my life, it is about me. When it comes to my life and my rights and the air I breathe and my money and the taxes I pay, bitch, it is about me. When it comes to my legacy and the work I put in, the time I put in, the money I put in, bitch, it is about me. When is it about me? How many times do I have to die? How many times do I have to have the rug pulled out from under me? How many times do I have to be evicted behind some motherfucker that doesn't know how to pay me well? How many times do I have to be like, oh, well, Val, you just need to pray and you just need to love everybody. You never notice how the ones who are always telling you to love everybody do just the opposite? They are some of the most backstabbing, evil, demonic, fucking everybody, men, women, dogs, cat, everybody. These be your preachers, your politicians, your leaders. This shit be really, really crazy, y'all. And they're mad at me because I tell the truth. So I'm supposed to lie like you, like I don't see what's going on, like I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to allow you to just fuck me or fuck me over. That's what you want. You took out getting back to the Harlem Renaissance of Murchison Road of Fayetteville when you had your best doctors, lawyers, and everybody, not just best black, the best everybody. And on a snowy Sunday, Somehow or another, some people got some type of quorum, got together and decided that they would break up Murchison Road into 4 different directions. My dad was one of the leaders in the community, in the business. He should have been at that. You see, I'm tapping right now. He should have been at that meeting. Instead, he is being called on a snowy Sunday, being told what had just happened. And I hear him cussing like crazy. I hear him pissed off, mad. How the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did that happen without the real ones who were really standing up in the community and for the community? The businesses. Remember my dad, my 5th cab dad, my dad that was with North Carolina Mutual Insurance, the first black insurance agency. My dad that was with Ellie Garris, funeral home, the first black funeral home. I'm telling you, though, it's something about preachers and funeral homes. They go hand in hand and hand in hand in hand. And I don't even want to get into the other shit because I told you about the problems, like when my dad was buried, how that little incident just pissed me the fuck off. And I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not talking about shit I read about. I'm talking about shit I know. Shit I lived. Shit I've been there. I'm not living through no Hollywood life, no Hollywood star, and none of these motherfuckers. I'm telling you my story, but they don't want me to tell my story. That's why you throw these heifers at me. You throw this distraction at me to keep me from telling my story. So what? If I die today, my story never gets told except by some motherfucker that didn't have nothing to do with it. And then, well, that was this, and that was that, and that. These bitches didn't know what the fuck Val was or who Val was. There's only a handful of people. And I can have, and I can leave some fingers. I can have some fingers empty. There's only a handful of people that really know who and what Val is. And they don't even know because I'm still growing every day. I'm evolving every day. So let's be real. There's only about a handful of people, and I can still have some fingers, saved, that only really know Val. They can't get that deep with me. They can't go that deep with me. I'm deeper than fucking deep. I am even too deep for me. You'll hear a lot of times some of them say, if they're being honest, she just knows too much. She's just too deep. She's just too much. Maybe you're just not fucking enough. You're right. You're right. I'm too much for this bullshit that y'all doing. So you had to oust out everyone. You had to oust out because, when you're in the market of making slaves, you can't have the Harriet Tubmans. You can't have the Nat Turners. You can't have the John Browns. That just goes against the money. But ain't it funny how your money is running shaky? Your money is running fucking shaky. So when you can get everything out of the slaves and the free blacks, you decide to turn your portal of hell to the military. Now green is the new black. You're making the military your new slaves, your new niggas. And you think that the military is going to be iRobot the movie. These are real people, motherfuckers. These are my people. When you salty ass, do nothing ass, clout chasing, suck up all my energy, was there but you never had my back niggas and crackers were all up in my mix but never gave a shit. At the end of the day, it was the military who helped bail me out of my deepest, darkest depression. And in that same token, I'm talking to people who get it. Because these motherfuckers around here don't get it. I'm in here sweating in a car. And it's hot to deliver this message because I'm trying to sweat out all these toxins. Of fake ass people. People who say they love but they steal. Y'all are some demons for real. You all are cursed like a motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck that is. All I know is, I wasn't born here. And that's a good thing. I might have grew up here, but I wasn't born here. So I had just enough edge. My soil, I was raised by people who were raised up in the soil, but my soil didn't come from here. So I'm a double threat, maybe a triple threat. Georgia born, Vietnam raised. Y'all fucking with the wrong beast and you're too stupid to realize. And when I walk away, when I cut you off, I'm doing that as a courtesy to you, because you really don't understand that I will do the things I say I do. If I have to kill a motherfucker to save my life, bitch, you better believe I'm not turning the other cheek no more. I'm not turning the other cheek no more. You run up on the stage around me, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out, or I'm gonna have my security team shoot to kill these motherfuckers. There will not be no question. I'm not answering questions. I don't want no questions. Shoot to kill. I'm having all my people like, lock and load, shoot to kill. That's the mode I'm in right now, because I don't trust none of you. So you best just stay away from me. Just stay away from me. But yet you can't. You're obsessive. You're obsessive. Why are you so obsessed with me? Why are you so obsessed with me? And I'm talking to some people way across somewhere else too. Why are you so obsessed with me doing the shit that you do? Did you think you were going to take my life, suck out my life, and then you were going to make a new you? You're going to make a me suit? You're going to put my body and my soul and my spirit. Is that what somebody taught you to do? Is that what they told you that? You know what? Y'all, woo, child. Woo, Lord have mercy. You fake ass witches and warlocks. You goddamn motherfuckers don't even know. Ooh. Lordy. When you that hybrid kid and you about that life, and these y'all need to stay away from me. And with that, they're gonna want to come more. If they end up missing, don't say I didn't warn them. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'ma mind my business. I'ma let my karma do what it do, because God knows my heart, for real. God and Goddess. God, yeah, man, all these fucking distorted men come to God this and God that, and he will take you. I cannot tell you how many people say he will take it. He. Again, welcome to math class. See me sweating? I'm up here hot. It's hot. And I'm sweating because I'm the fucking holy water and the fire. I'm sweating this shit. Y'all, I'm so triggered. Oh, my nails are fucking nails. Fuck your nails. How you bitches do this shit with these long nails anyway? I don't even know how you do that. I can't do that. I'm such a earthy kid. So I can't do this long nail shit. That ain't me. And I don't have a problem with my nail salons. Y'all keep having a problem with all your Asian nail salons. We cool. Me and mine are cool. In fact, I need to go. I haven't been to them in a while. In fact, I need to go, because they'll be the first to say, "Child, you do not need, you don't do long nails." They're not even trying to take my money like that. They know me. This is why you find people who really know you and about you. I don't have a problem with the places where I eat and the places where I go and the people who I choose to have my money with. Most of them. Some of them I had to find out again the hard way, because you want to trust people. You want to believe that they're doing what they say to do. But most of these motherfuckers around here ain't nothing but cons. Cons and con artists. From the rooter to the tutor. Cons and con artists. I don't care. Leaders, preachers, politicians, whatever. They're all the fucking same. Like I said, it's the same game. It never changes. They only change masks and faces and names. But the game never change. To Tony, Shivani, Pisces, we use, I know. Because we would have our rows, but you know what? He was if I ever emailed him or something, he's answering me, because he knows when I would say, it's funny how I was standing in front of you, like looking at you like, there's some shit you're doing right. But he never really held it against me, because he knew that I knew, and I knew that he knew. And I mean, I know, like when you in the circus, you got to be, I get it. You did what you had to do. Got your money, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Same thing like what I said with a certain person who had the clubs and everything and made federal news. And, the leaders wanted to throw a party. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't host the party. And I'm like, how can you not? This man's who are you driving by? Who is driving by? People better look and people better be careful how they watch me and driving by. Because I'm telling you, I'm not that bitch today. I'm not that bitch today. You don't want me to call on who or what I know. You really don't. I've called on her name already too much. If I call her name much more, it's going to be a hot summer. I just put it that way. It's going to be a real hot summer. Your asses better be getting out there, instead of smoking up everything and eating up everything, your asses better be getting out there and working the fuck out. That's one thing about the military. We're going to keep we're going to keep ourselves in shape. It's the survival of the fittest, bitch. Survival of the fittest. That hookah, that blunt, that third and fourth Big Mac, that bucket of chicken, with Megan Thee Stallion hot sauce, that bitch you fucking, that ayahuasca you drinking, none of that shit ain't gonna keep you fit. None of that shit ain't gonna keep you fit if you don't try to find yourself and be fit within. It's an internal job. It's an inner job. It's inner work. I'm getting sick and goddamn tired of these so-called, quote, gurus and therapists who do it for a cloud. And this is what it is. And then bitch, sit the fuck down. You sit down. You sit down and do some goddamn work on yourself instead of putting all your shit out on public like that. What the fuck are you doing? And fucking up these kids. I don't understand people when they don't see how they fucking up their own kids. And then they want to blame their kids when you the fucked up bitch. Or the fucked up bastard. If you feeling some kind of way, if that boot fits, may it go all the way up your ass and come out your mouth, and hopefully you will spit out some better words. Because right now, all I hear is shit, flush. And you may say I'm the same thing. Fine, well, and dandy. And why the fuck you stalking me? I ain't stalking you. I'm not trying to be like you. I'm not trying to hang out with you. I'm not trying to go where you go. I'm not trying to be with these hoes. Every time I make a post on my story, there's some hoe. Feel my tits. Suck my pussy. Da. The fucking fans watching. Why don't you do anything about that? You watching me. Why don't you stop that? Why don't you stop that? You watching me and flagging me, because I will turn around and say, hey, listen to my show tonight. It's going to be off the chain. And I'll get flagged for that. But you never flag these fucking hoes on my story. Why don't you do that? Yeah, I'm looking at the green dot. Why don't you do that since you're watching? You and I both know why. You are watching. You're watching everything. You're watching everybody. People need to understand you are being watched. And if you're worried, if you're so worried, you have some people right now that's so scared. If you are that scared, I don't want to do Lex. I don't want to do this. I don't want that. Bitch, you're already being watched. You're already being watched. If you use the phone, you're being watched. If you got a social security number, you're being watched. If you're in the system in any kind of way, you're being watched. You got a record, you got an IRS, all your stuff you're being watched. Duh. What the fuck are you paranoid about? If you're so fucking paranoid, that must mean you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. And I can't do shit about that. I've only warned you 50,000 goddamn times. Now the problem is, what happens when the government is the criminal? Ooh, let's let that sink in. What happens when the government is the criminal? Every dog has his day. You better listen to not all of them, because some of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just trendy and trending. People jump on something. People see something. They'll jump on. Like, watch. Everybody's going to be into, quote, hashtag militherapy now. Remember who said it first. Remember who said, and by the way, I already the like timeline didn't send to me and whatever, and send, because, I'm going to have records of that. So when everybody and their mama, especially some bitches that watch me, I do military. That's what I do. Bitch, you salty, biting ass hoe. For once, be original. For once, be original. Give me a reason to even want to be around you instead of sucking off my damn ass all the goddamn time. What the fuck is wrong with you? What type of mental disease do you have? How about you fix it? I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your sis. I'm not your brother. I'm not your lover. I'm not none of that. I'm not your safe house. I'm not your therapy. I'm working on me. How is it that I'm working on me and I get myself up out of the water? Here you come with some drama to sink me back into the goddamn ocean and your Davy Jones locker. You forget that Davy Jones locker was named Davy Jones locker for a reason. I will sink a motherfucker and not give a fuck. Y'all got Pisces twisted. Me anyway. She's so nice. She hasn't done, you don't know what I won't do. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how many entities and people, a community, a state, a nation, a whole industry who has been on my ass, even at my most wounded. Let's be real. It is a miracle that I've even survived to this point. My last appointment, my doctor said, "You're doing great." My kidneys had started because I realized I was back to doing some comfort eating and eating places where I shouldn't have been eating, and realized, like, wow, I know I shouldn't be eating this. Why is this person constantly feeding me the stuff I shouldn't be eating? But I see what I see now. I see it all. I see it clearly. When people do stuff and they know that that's not what you are supposed to be doing, because, and you've already mentioned that this is not, good for your health, but they're doing that anyway, then they're doing that on purpose. Don't think that they didn't hear you. They heard you. You just didn't see. You just didn't see. You just didn't see that they were planning on building their story and legacy off your legacy, and they were going to replace you with their story. Wrong. And all of a sudden, here come all these people around. Let's get back to Murchison Road. They separated that into 4 different directions, a mile radius. Our side of the street was going to go to Terry Sanford. Just had that conversation yesterday at the PX. Where it's like, on our side of the street, we were more even going to go to, and didn't nobody want to go to Terry Sanford. We already, like, no. It's a messy hill, Terry Sanford energy. Won't nobody feeling that shit. What? No. We're good kids. We're military kids, but what the fuck? Cracker want to come up on us hard. We will knock them the fuck up. We already like, child, we would be in detention all the time. We're the sweetest kids. We're the brightest kids. We came from the brightest parents. Not black and white. Period. We came from the brightest. We came from the upper echelon. We're all of us, we're all military brats in our hood. We had real communities, real people, real parties, real families, real mothers and fathers, not a whole bunch of drug addicts, not a whole bunch of drunks and drug addicts and people who won't doing shit and people who won't, and I'm not knocking your journey, but God damn it, you better start telling the story about the real ones and stop focusing on all the goddamn bullshit ones all the time, because you keep focusing on the problem. You make people think that that's all black people are, and it's not. All black people want a whole bunch of drug addicts and alcoholics and heroin. Yes, there were those. Yes, they're out there. There were, and there are, but that wasn't all of them. And we had the best of the best of the best. I didn't say that you didn't have some people that were drunks on our block. We did. I'm not going to say we didn't have an abuser on our block. We did. But the thing about it is we had communities watching communities, parents watching parents. If our parents weren't watching, our friends, our parents' friends were watching. So it was a real community. Around here where I'm at, actually, it's kind of like that. It's a little dysfunctional, but this is the first time in a long time that I felt community in all the places that I lived. I've lived on a golf course. I've lived in some of the brightest houses, some of the coldest, cold, hey Birdie, I see you, cold no joy, no happiness. Money doesn't make you happy. Status doesn't make you happy. Well, you got some inner demons you need working on. You can have all the money and all the status in the world, and ain't nothing gonna happen. Now you got all these people who are trying to find their way through clout chasing. They're trying to find their way through Instagramming. They're trying to be Insta. They think, well, this is the new thing. I can make money this way. You cannot. You are being used. You are being used by rich people who are playing con games on you because they're losing their money, because when the government shut down, it shut down on them too. You think all these celebrities and stars are rich as a motherfucker. They have bills too. These houses, if they have houses, you forget. Unless they paid cash for these houses, the bank owns those houses. They do not. And none of the very, very few I can count on. I can one hand and have some fingers left over who actually paid cash for all these houses. You think some of these athletes and these singers and rappers pay cash for? I got 5 and 10 houses, and they're all my. No, it's all the bank. It's all somebody's, or the label. They don't have labels. Don't give that kind of money. They don't. They don't. The industry doesn't give that kind of money. Why do you think I didn't get all of it? Isn't it funny how you motherfuckers want to be up in the industry so goddamn bad? You want to be famous so bad. You want to do anything and everything. And I will admit, for a minute, I bought the tea because I thought someone was being serious with me. And I really did kind of believe in what you say you were doing till I realized, you know what? You were just another tool. And you were trying to play me for a fool. You didn't know. You didn't know I was going to be your greatest lesson. What could have been your greatest lesson has turned out to be your greatest lesson because you did not learn, because you did not earn the right to share my time. So you do not have the right no more to share my time nor my dime. Let this goes out to all the little flunkies that you got, my little so-called friends and families that you put on the spot, that you paid them little pennies. We gonna do and wave that magic over them, that illusion over them, that that delusion over them, and made them just as delusional as you. And now they're looking at me and they're coming out. I find my own people that I've helped around here are like gang stalking me now. And I would think that being that I'm fairly the closest to you more than they are, and you have seen my journey. But oh, I forget, you were always the devil in my story. You were always the one. You were always going to be the grapes that got goofered by Aunt Peggy. Y'all better watch my video Graves. Graves by Val Jones on YouTube. Graves. Watch that movie Graves. Up in the market house, it says right on one of the first plaques right up in the front about it being a slave market. Yet you have people in denial that they sold slaves. There is right there. Can't you read? They didn't say what is that? The insanity. My mistake. My mistake. When you see the insanity, you cut that shit off right then and there. See, this is where moving into the next dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension. You got a lot of people that think they're in the fifth dimension, and they in the second. They're not even in the third anymore. They went below because they tried to do a kickback up. They tried to kick up to the fifth and sixth dimension on a lie and boomerang back lower than they ever were. That's some poetic justice getting ready to come. You've been cut off. And you did it to yourself. They gonna blame me. But how the fuck you gonna blame me when I was there? Being a friend. Did you buy a book? Did you buy a t-shirt? Did you buy a cup? Did you feed me? But how much did I feed you? So was it even? Was it fair? Or if we add it up, do I see how I gave this and you gave that? I don't like to do math, but that doesn't mean I can't do math. I did very well in chemistry class. Biology class too. All my classes. I was not a dumb student. I'm not one now. I just have a tendency as my legacy to be a little bit too lenient and too loving on the wrong thing. But then as two, again, as my legacy, I can flip that switch and cut that loving energy off real quick and go, fuck you, bitch. Don't even come around me, you obsessive hoe. This is not your story anymore. And it never was. Because I have a story to tell without your interference, without you, without your drama. You weren't there. You didn't come out my mama's womb. You didn't come out. You didn't. You're not my daddy's seed. You're not my mom and my daddy's seed. Now I do have supposedly maybe a brother or sister out there somewhere. Hopefully they're good, but if they're, I hope they're not the bad one. I don't know what happened because I didn't do anything. I was a friend. Like if we're like really, really, really cool and we're supposed to be together, I'm all for it because I'm that type of loving person. But if you some bullshit motherfucker that wants to ride or steal on something, I'm letting you know, bitch, don't do it. I have a legacy. I have a real legacy in my family that we. I am happy. It seems like I'm not, but I am because I have made it to this far. And it is a miracle that I live. It is a miracle. When I think of all the things I have been through and all the people who tried to use me and abuse me, all the people who literally raped me, spiritually, financially, physically, politically, monetarily, emotionally, artistically. Rape is rape is rape is rape is rape. A rapey behavior. Shooting on the range. A rapey behavior needs to be dealt with. So I am right where I need to be. Where I see these planes fly right over me day and night, night and day, reminding me that protection is here and or either on the way. I don't need nobody else around me. I'm good with my shit. I'm good at my bubble. I'm good at my place and my space, and I'm still evolving and elevating. I don't have a mansion in the hills. But what I do have is when the power goes off, I still have power. I don't have a mansion in the hills. And I'm not hobnobbing with all the politicians and the lawyers and the pastors and the groups and organizations around the area. Or even in the world. All the stars and the this and that. Forgetting the fact I was the one that played you motherfuckers first. Who's the first person that played your goddamn music? Who's the first person that played your goddamn hip-hop music on the goddamn radio? Bitch, y'all got me fucking twisted. You got me fucking twisted. You think that you want to think that good kids are corny kids, that good kids, ain't thug enough for you, that good kids are, ain't hard. The hardest thing to be is a good kid trying to do the right thing in a wrong world. That is the hardest, most amazing thing to be. It is easy to be a fucking drug addict. It is easy to go off the rails. It is easy to try to pop somebody for some money. It's harder to try to earn that money, to make that money, to do that money the right way on your own without stealing from anybody or killing anybody. That's hard to do. And then have to turn around and protect people too. So you have to go to these wars that ain't even about you, and it ain't even about freedom. It's about some greedy ass politician who's having a power, who's playing with his goddamn dick too much, where he's not getting fucked enough or getting too fucked. So they want to fuck everybody. Sleepy ass Gates. I don't want your fake ass food. I don't want your fake ass money. I don't want your fake ass vision. You're killing people for $1 billion. That is some stupid. You're just killing people. You're just killing people for profit. That's your profits. That's your prophets. This is America and maybe the whole world. This is your prophets. You know, your preacher prophet. This is your prophets. Let's get that I again. Let's get that where the disconnect came. Where you disconnected from the I. You disconnected from the compassion. You disconnected from mother. Mother energy, bitch. Say mother. Say mother. Say mother. You can't do it. You can't even do it. You can't even do it. You will say Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Holy Dog, Holy Ghost, Holy Plant, Holy anything. You will say everything but mother. That is such a disconnect that you don't even see is right before your eyes. Why can't you say mother? Why can't you see that there's a feminine energy in God? Why can't you see that? That's what gives you life. You looking at the sun, the sun, the sun. You take your ass to the sun. Live up on the motherfucking sun. I want to see the first person who live up. We don't go to the sun. The sun, that sun gonna save you? Because that's what they be talking about. Y'all don't read. Y'all don't read it. You like these little pedophilic ass, punk ass, anything for a buck preacher. You know, they have all bought the tea. Oh my God. And you have a problem with me and I am being the most truthful one in camp. Ain't that some shit? It always is. That's the legacy. Welcome to the Christ life in real life. It ain't the one that everybody's following. Nobody was following Jesus. Nobody. Except for just a few. Everybody else like, this motherfucker crazy. And what if it was a she? And there usually is a she, by the way. You forget. Mary, both of them. Neither one, by the way, was a whore. You made the mother into a whore. Because somehow or another she had sex without her husband and giving birth to some blonde guy and that shit. When you read these stories back, if this shit don't even remotely sound bogus to you, then there is something clearly wrong with you. I mean, I can't, I'm not even here to argue that tea with you anymore. I'm like, you cut off. You just cut the fuck off. I'm not even having these conversations ever again with motherfuckers who don't even meet me halfway on a level that's better. You take that shit, okay? You take that and you go far and far and stay far, far away from me. I don't need you, bitch. I don't need none of you churches. I don't need none of your herds. I don't need none of you motherfuckers. I don't need none of you politicians, I don't need none of you motherfuckers for nothing. You don't affect my money. You never have. You took my money. You used me. You abused me. You raped me of my energy and my time and my talent. But you don't do shit for me. And you keep putting the same shit that keeps people in slavery. I don't even want to fucking hear the fact that you still talking that bullshit yang about how Mary was a whore who got pregnant by some spirit, so because that's a picture you paint with women in the Bible. I mean, come on. Who else just gets pregnant other than a whore? That's somebody that's not the husband. Which I'm not going to say that energy is not possible, because that energy kind of is possible. That's a whole other story. But the fact that you already open up the lines for that to be a whore. So you've already painted a bad picture about the whore with the first Mary. Even though that same Mary is the very one, that black Mary, black one, the black one. The black one, the one that looks like the earth. God damn it, wait. God damn it. We're gonna teach today. Since y'all looking and you're nosy, you tell your leaders to copy this shit, okay? You tell them to copy this shit. Since they're me, since I'm the problem, since they're me, we're gonna do a straight up lesson for you right now. You see this ground? Wait a minute, let me see if I can do this. Shit. How around?